Hello everyone and welcome back to Decorate Every Nail You Got. So today I thought I'd take you along for the ride. We're going to do a dip powder and I am going to use gel liquids.
That's our first tip. Use the gel method. As someone who's gotten the dip flu, you may want to go ahead and use the gel method. I am allergic to dip liquids, at least for one company that I've tried. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to go through that again. So I am going to kind of stick to the gel method from now on, I believe. Tip number 2. Nail prep is absolutely key for any long-lasting dip manicure. You want to make sure that you have pushed back your cuticles. You want to make sure that you have cleaned your nail plate absolutely thoroughly. There's nothing left behind. And you want to use some kind of dehydrator of some kind. You can use a primer, or as you see here, I'm going to use a wipe with alcohol on it. Now the next tip, tip number 3, is to use a regular gel polish base coat. Just what you would normally do. And we do this mainly for protection of your nail when you're removing the product. It's nice to have some kind of layer down below in order to protect your nail. I am going to cure this for a minute and a half, just like I normally would. And then I'm going to go on to tip number 4, and that's using an old gel polish base or a top coat. You can use either one. Tip number 5, for your first layer of dip, create a strip down the middle of your nail that doesn't go completely to the cuticle and it's not all the way on the side. Tip number 6, don't dip, pour instead. So using this pouring method will allow you to completely cover the nail, and it does it in a nice smooth manner. Sometimes when you dip, accidents happen.
Once it's finished curing, I will just kind of dust off any extra. And then I'm going to apply again. So you'll notice some of it's still stuck because that base coat was sticky. And that's okay. All right, now I'm gonna apply a little bit further up, and this is important, do not touch your cuticle. If you touch your cuticle, you must clean it. You do not want to get gel liquids or dip powder on your cuticle. It is a nightmare to take that stuff off, and I ain't even playing, y'all. I'm also doing a nice thin layer. So I'm going to take my little recycling system tray out, and I'm going to now put it over. I'm going to make sure to turn my finger so I can get both sides. And I'm going to shake off the excess. Yes, I am. Okay, now if you got anything on the side, you have got to remove it. So a good thing to do is just go with your brush or cuticle, an orange wood stick or something like that, and just go around on your cuticle area. Make sure you didn't get any gel liquids, anything that the dip powder is going to stick to. You don't want it here. That's a big no-no. No. Okay, and then cure again for 1 minute. And then I'm gonna brush off the excess. Yes, making sure that I didn't get anything. Good, looking good. If you're afraid you got something, get it off now. So I've got some little cuticle nippers. I don't know if this is a hangnail or what, but I'm gonna go ahead and nip it off just in case. And then I just repeat the step again. I'm gonna take my gel base coat again.
Something that I didn't talk about that I should have was really with my second layer of gel polish, I should have gotten closer to my cuticle without getting all the way to my cuticle. Each layer that you put should get closer and closer to your cuticle. So really the third layer should be all the way to your cuticle. And that just kind of helps to not make things so bulky at your cuticle, and you don't have to do a lot of work in the end. Now you're going to see here that I don't fully cover all of the gel polish, and that's another tip. Make sure that you pour powder over all of the polish. And of course, make sure that you clean. That is one of the most important steps. So that you don't have extra filing to do afterwards, make sure to clean any cuticle area stuff right now. Now, This is gel polish, so make sure to cure it like you normally would. And then when you finish and you end up brushing things off, you're going to notice that there's not a lot of filing left to do. And in fact, if you file the top of this surface or if you try to buff it, you might end up with scratches in it that you can't get rid of. So I would recommend not filing the top of it at all. In fact, just take your file and shape up the sides and make it the shape that you like at this point, and then do not file anything on the top. Time saver.
Here's a trick. You need to make sure, I'm going to use a glitter top coat, a glitter only top coat. I'm going to top coat this twice. The first top coat is going to be just to keep the powder in. So the top coat that I'm doing now, it's just to keep the powder in. It's just to keep it down. It's very, very thin. It's just me kind of, if you will, encapsulating all this stuff. So there's no need to file these, you guys. Once you've done this and then you put another top coat on top of that, it's going to look fantabulous, and there will be no need to file the top of it at all. So this gives you a nice quick way to do your manicure with dip powder. Okay, let's bake that for another minute. Now, as you can see, all of my nails look kind of, oh, what's the word? They don't look perfectly smooth, right? What's really awesome is if I put another coat of my Aimeili on top, it's gonna look smooth and beautiful. I won't have to do anything else. There's no need for filing or shaping on top of the nail. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is some of you like to go ahead and do your nail art. At this point, now you can go ahead and do your nail art. It's going to be totally fine. You have a nice smooth surface to work on, and then you can top everything with your top coat afterwards. So I am going to be doing some nail art, but I'm not going to do nail art on this one, and well, I'll just go ahead and put a top coat on this one too, just so you guys can see that I am not lying. Once you put this top coat on, ba-bam, it hides everything. So I am putting a generous top coat. It's not over the top. It is going to cure, but it's a generous top coat layer. And I am going to cap the edges. Go for one more time. And I'm going to do the same thing with this guy, just so you can kind of see the difference about how that top coat really makes it pop. And it makes it all smooth out with no filing, no shaping whatsoever. I do take my time putting on my top coat because I want it to look perfect. Now, another trick. Oh, I hope you guys could see that. I hope it was on camera. Another trick, turn your fingers upside down before you cure them. The reason that you're doing that is you're letting gravity pull the gel to the middle of the nail so that it has that's where you need the strength of your nail. So it's going to get some more strength, and it's going to not look wonky. It's not going to flood the cuticles because we're letting gravity pull it down to the middle of the nail. Once you have done that for about 10 seconds or so, then get your lamp and go ahead and put it directly into the lamp for another minute. And there you have it, a quick dip and no excessive filing. By the way, I do want to mention, so I put the top coat on these two. You can see how they're nice and smooth. These are the ones that don't have the second top coat on it. And they're a little bit, you can tell that they're not nice and smooth. So because we did that work with a top coat, we put 2 top coats and we turned our hand upside down, they're nice and smooth and give that beautiful shine. Okay, peeps, so you know how this thing goes by now. I am a Maniology ambassador, and I only use one product from Maniology, but they don't have dip powders yet. I'm sure when they do, I'll be all over that. However, if you need something to decorate your nails and you want to hit up maniology.com, then you can use the code GrooveMama to get 10% off of that. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe, like this video. Those would be amazing things. And until we meet again, I hope you decorate every nail you got. Bye.